Robotics here, and today I'm bringing you guys a different style video. So this is going to be a video just going over who I am and the decisions I've made to get here right now, the steps I took along the way, and just the experiences that I've had. So basically, the first time I saw a Lamborghini, I was 6 or 7 years old. I was in Newport Beach. It was on PCH and Jamboree. It was a white Lamborghini Gallardo, and it just took off. The owner of the car saw me and he gassed it and he just took off. It was really cool. Ever since then, I loved Lamborghinis and I wanted a Lamborghini. So then the years went by and my dad would take me to the LA Auto Show pretty much every year. That's where all the manufacturers get together and showcase cars. There's not really that many exotics there. It's just normal cars, but there's an aftermarket section and there's exotics in the aftermarket section. Like 4G Auto's there, a bunch of the wheel companies, modification companies, stuff like that. Those guys are all there. And I saw my first Bugatti when I was, I would say, 9 or 10 years old. It was really cool. So just kept going to the LA Auto Show. Didn't really know much about the Instagram car mates because I didn't have Instagram back then. And when I was 15, I was following Manny Coachman on Instagram, and I don't know how I found his page, probably because he owned Bugattis, but I was following Manny Coachman, and he just got his P1. He took delivery of it when it was the chameleon color. So if you don't know, he first had a P1 that was white. Then he sent it back to McLaren and it was like a chameleon carbon fiber. Then he sent it back and now it's the satin black carbon fiber. So when he got it done with the chameleon carbon fiber, he said, "Oh, I'm at Lamborghini Newport Beach today for the supercar show." So I asked my dad if we could go because we only lived like an hour away. He said yeah, so he took me there. And the P1 wasn't there, but what I did see was a Koenigsegg. I never saw a Koenigsegg before in my life. I only saw it online. I really wanted to see one. I never really thought I would because I didn't think they were legal in the United States. And I didn't really know much about the whole car Instagram thing and how common they were in Southern California, in Newport Beach. There was like 4 down there. And yeah, so I saw the Koenigsegg, and after that first car meet, I was hooked. I started my car Instagram, and then I was off. Every single Saturday, I would go to either Los Angeles or Newport Beach or the surrounding areas for car shows. I went to Lamborghini Newport Beach car show. I went to David Lee's Cars and Chronos. I went to Sunset GT, San Diego GT, Cars and Copters, all the car shows that were like that. And I just went to those to try to meet the exotic car owners, see the exotic cars, see the supercars, and just meet people in the space, just to build up a network of people that I could either make content with or just hang out with and have car friends. Because I didn't really have many car friends back home, and I couldn't really have a car conversation with people. At school, I was known as the car guy, and not a lot of people like cars over there. So yeah. But I bought my camera because this was over the summer going into my senior year of high school. I turned 17, got enough money for my birthday, and I had been working at In-N-Out. I bought myself a Canon T6. I'll put a link in the description for a Canon T6 right now. Great starter camera if you guys are thinking about becoming a photographer. It's a great camera to learn on. Yeah, so I bought myself a Canon T6 and I started becoming a car photographer. So after I got my camera, I was on the hunt for my first photo shoot. After going to the car shows, going to LA, going to Newport, I built up a network of people on Instagram that I knew that had exotic cars. So I would send them messages, "Hey, let's do a shoot, let's do a shoot. I'm trying to build my portfolio. If you have time, could you take out your car and let me do a photo shoot of it?" A lot of them were kind enough to say yes, and I met with a lot of them. The first person I ever met with was Zach Lindsay. He has a color shift Maserati MC Stradale Gran Turismo. Beautiful Maserati, color shift wrap. It looks so nice. I was blown away. And he actually let me drive it around the parking lot to like maneuver it for photos and stuff. And after that, I was hooked. So just like that Lamborghini story, ever since I saw the Lamborghini, I really wanted to see one again. So I was looking for a Lamborghini to do a photo shoot with, and I found Brian Casella on Instagram. He had a Nissan GTR that he was selling because he was buying a Lamborghini Huracan. He ended up buying the Huracan, driving it home, and either the day after or the day after that, ended up doing a photo shoot of his Lamborghini Huracan. And I asked him if I could go for a ride in the Lamborghini, and he said yes. So after I rode in that Lamborghini, I was hooked on supercars, and I needed to get one. I needed to be around them. I needed to ride in hypercars. I needed to just be in them. I wanted to feel the power of the cars. I knew that cars was what I wanted to do. It was awesome. It was like a roller coaster, but it was more fun to me. So then I went to my first car week. If anyone has ever been to car week, you know what car week withdrawals are. You go to car week one time and you're hooked for the rest of your life because it's insane. If you like cars as much as I do, or as much as the next guy, you always want to go to car week. So I went to car week with one of my friends. It was awesome. We stayed in a hotel pretty far away actually. It was about an hour commute every day to get to all the events and stuff during car week. But you know what, it was worth it. So had an awesome time, met some car friends, staying out super late, talking to car people, seeing crazy cars that you're never gonna see anywhere else. That's what car week is all about. So had an awesome experience at car week, and after that I was like, man, I really need to turn this into something. I mean, some people would know me by name and I didn't even really know who they were, and that was like a really cool thing just because of like my Instagram account. And I knew that I wanted to do something with that. So after car week, I was messaging more people, trying to build up more of a network, and I met the owner of a few hypercars, and I sent him a message, and he said that he'd be rounding together a few photographers and we'd do a cool photo shoot. So we shot his LaFerrari, his 918, and a few of his other Ferraris all together, and I got my first hypercar ride, which was in a LaFerrari. A few days after that, in Newport Beach, I met a hypercar owner with a P1. He was getting into his car. He wasn't getting into his car. I was taking pictures of his car, and he walked up and he was just talking to me about the car. I didn't know he owned it. He pulls a key out of his pocket and he's like, "Oh, you want to sit in it?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yeah." So he let me sit in the driver's seat. He let me start it. It was really cool. And then he asked me how old I was and like why I started photography. And I basically told him the story. And he asked me if I wanted to go for a quick ride in the P1. I was like, okay. So yeah, I went for a ride in the P1. It was awesome. And then after that, I had to complete the Trinity, you know, LaFerrari P1 918. Then I rode a 918 on a 918 and Carrera GT owners only rally. That was awesome. My Instagram started to take off at about that point, so I bought a better camera, the camera I currently have, which is a Canon 6D Mark II. Link for that in the description right now. I started getting pretty good, started building up even more of a network, doing photo shoots pretty much every weekend, shooting Lambos, Aventador SVs, Aventadors, McLarens, a few more hypercars. I did a photo shoot of Pagani Huayra Roadster, did a photo shoot of a Koenigsegg Regera, did a photo shoot of another 918, and then just kept building and building and building my network because I just wanted to have the access. I wanted to see how far I could go with it and have my Instagram be one of the only ones that did a photo shoot with a 918, did a photo shoot with a P1, did a photo shoot of a LaFerrari, and all this stuff. So just kept shooting cars all through my senior year of high school. Then I graduated high school. During the summer, I was in Newport as much as I could. I would work in and out 5 days a week. I'd have Saturday off and a weekday off. During that weekday, I would go over to either Newport or LA, and even on Saturday, Newport or LA, and just do the exact same thing. And there was a car show that I couldn't go to because it was on a Sunday and I had to work, and someone posted the first Performante Spyder in the United States. It was a customer car, and they tagged the owner. So I messaged the owner and said, "Hey, congratulations on the first car in the United States. If you want some professional pictures done, let me know, I'll do them for you." And he was like, "Yeah, I actually have an exotic car rental company. Can I bring like 8 other cars with me? And can we do a photo shoot?" I'm like, "Oh, heck yeah, dude, let's do it. The more the merrier." So did a photo shoot of that first Lamborghini, did a photo shoot of the other Lamborghini that was there. There was, I can't remember if there was a Ferrari, there was an AMG GTS, there was a few G-Wagons, there were 3 Huracans total. Yeah, just did the photo shoots. And then he let me drive the Huracan Performante Spyder around the block. So I drove my first Lamborghini and I was hooked. After I drove a supercar, I needed my own supercar. I wanted to do anything I could to get a supercar. So it was awesome. I started college, I started the YouTube thing, moved away from my house to college so I could be closer to Newport. I went to Cal State Fullerton, started my YouTube channel, and I met a Bugatti owner. I did a photo shoot of the Bugatti. He's a big Porsche collector too. GT2 RS, GT3 RS, 911R, Carrera GT, everything. 918, did a photo shoot of all his cars. And just met more people in Newport as I went along. I met one of my friends, Matt. He showed me an awesome collection with a few Bugattis on the inside. Met a lot of people, and I just felt like college wasn't really, I just didn't really fit in for college. And this same guy that owned that rental company told me, hey dude, move out to LA, run my rental company, be the photographer, run the social media, do this, do that, and yeah, come out. So decided to put college on hold and move out to LA and try my luck in the exotic car rental business. Was there for 6 months, pretty much running the show. Had another friend working with me, AJ. We had the same position. Really cool guy, really fun environment, but the rental business just wasn't for me. It was commission only, it was really hard. And I moved out there in December, and that's like kind of like the rainy season, and the rainy season in the rental business is terrible. No one wants to rent a Lamborghini in the rain. So it rained a lot actually. I wasn't expecting it to not rain that much. It rained a lot, so it was really slow. I wasn't making that much money. I had a lot of money in rent that was due, and it just wasn't really for me. So yeah, I tried to get a job at dealerships, taking inventory photos, but I mean, it's like you're a slave for that job. You don't have weekends and just stuff like that. So decided to move back home, save money, keep trying to do the photo shoot thing and YouTube, and now I'm gonna get a job. So that's where I am now from beginning to end. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you guys are new, like, comment, and subscribe. I've been LAOC Exotics, and I'm out. See you guys.